November 24, around 10 o'clock, and the days of my youth. We're talking about 1966, 1967, all the way to 1974. After that, I left the Philippines. The irrigation used to be well maintained, managed. Today, it isn't managed, neither is well maintained. I ask myself, who is responsible for maintaining and managing the irrigation channel? When I ask people around here, they all point toward NIA. So I read up all about NIA. They are simply administration, or their task is administer. And there is another group called IA. Their task is to manage the irrigation channels. Now, I don't want to politicize this IAs. What I want to do is discuss rehabilitating this particular irrigation channel, because the cost of diesel really difficult to manage. So we have 2 hectares here, and I need them to do something with this channel. So I'm going to check why is it like this upstream, and why it is like this. I mean, I can't find the words to describe how badly this thing is let go. And I don't want to point somebody's, it's their problem. It's actually everybody's problem, and find a solution to make this work again. Here on this section, the channel is really eroded. There used to be a dam here, but it's overgrown. And here they dammed it sometimes when there's water flowing. Right now, water should be flowing here, and it isn't. So here they've opened a channel, break open the burn. Sometimes there's lots of water. So we're nearing the road. So as a young boy, I used to go swimming here when the water was coming out. It really needs to be worked out. That's the other side of the culvert, really overgrown. Plenty of work to be done here. I don't know, it's gonna really need to be rehabilitated. I'm actually speechless how badly this irrigation channel is let go. We used to come here swimming, love it here when the water was running. Because it's not being used, it's becoming a dumping ground. Now sadly, when things like this happen, when things are overgrown, people just trash the place. I don't understand it. The whole land is trash. The whole land is garbage bin. There seems to be water here, but it's not moving. There's a little bit of a dam there. So this part here is dammed, or at least controlled. But as you go east, it's really not maintained. It seems like Here it's somewhat maintained going west. So the camera is pointing toward the east. So there's a junction here. And the water goes underneath a culvert. I mean, it goes in a culvert and out the other side. I'm going toward Marcos. So here, there's no here I'm very close to Marcos. There's no water coming down here. The water downstream is basically runoff, rainfall. There's a creek here. Water is diverted, and it floods the rice field over here. So I just wondered why there's plenty of water down mainstream, but the main reason is the water runoff here. Here the water is from the canal, diverted here, and then branch up that side. And all the way to the lowland. That's why there's water here. They don't need to pump water. I envy them. Another diversion, a little bit of dam, and then diverted into that. Quite frankly, if there's plenty of water, we shouldn't be. We should be sharing the water, but the way it goes, the people that are upstreams can do whatever they like. It's logical. It's difficult to share water. That way going west is Marcos. So this is a bigger irrigation channel. Reason being is here is a diversion. That channel goes to Munoz, going from Munoz west to east. And this channel goes to north of Munoz to San Pedro. So again, there should be plenty of water here. It's not. There seems to be lots of water on this side, so it's dammed. It just trickles. So it's being diverted here all the way there, going west, east. Somewhat maintained, but not really. They have to share the water. This is suck. So with the irrigation channel dam behind me, very little water is shared here. Seems to be plenty of water. It seems, I don't know, could be shared. This side from the choke point seems to be well maintained. They're doing a pretty good job, whoever is maintaining this side. Downstream though, not a good job. It appears there's plenty of water. When I look closer, the channel is actually shallow. It's really shallow. The depth of the water is probably less than a meter. It looked deep because we're actually uphill. So this channel is really high. So you can see that those rice fields are really below this channel. So again, I envy them. No need to pump. Just get a sluice and sluice off the water. Here the irrigation channel goes across the road, so there's a culvert here. And this is the public cemetery. And they're using this to pump water from the irrigation channel and move it west. Look like about 60 meters west. So the water here, the water channel or irrigation channel is again dammed here. But there's a lot of water on this side, water pressure, so it crosses the road. Here the rice field are flooded by the irrigation channel. In rare instance that you do need this mechanism to pump water, but mostly it's without pump. Here on this side, I'm actually west of Munoz East, so there's a diversion here flooding this area. So these farmers here, I envy them. Really, they don't have to spend money on diesel, unless of course they need to pump the water from the irrigation, but it's a lot easier. It's not heavy on the engine. So there's another diversion here. As you go downstream, it's diversion upon diversion. I think there's about 4 or 5 diversion from this little irrigation channel. It looks big, it looks deep, but it isn't. It needs to be wider. The flow rate, volume of water going downstream is insufficient to help farmers. It only helps people up here. So this diversion goes to south of Munoz East and Munoz West. Here's another diversion. This one goes to east of Munoz West. So it's a beautiful scenery, actually. Beautiful place. It's what you call turod or running hill or running whatever. Here in the Philippines we call it turod. That's to say that the land is not flat. It rolls. There's another diversion. It looks like there's plenty of water. There isn't really. There are far too many diversions as the water travels north to east. And this is looking toward to the east. And that road leads to Sinamar and San Placido. So that's San Placido right here. There's water. The channel is just too shallow. I don't know what what it means. I understand IA, Munoz Irrigation Association. Name of canal, latitude A1, I guess A would be area 1, 3A, 3A, 3B. Length of canal 14, I suppose that must be clicks. Coverage 609 hectares probably. Number of TO, well, I don't know what TO is, 23, 426 farmers. What is max IDR? 1430 LPS. I suppose 1430 liter per second or 1.4 cubic per second. Knowing that, I could calculate it per hour. That's not sufficient. There are the land is actually well developed now. That road leads to Sinamar. Here it's going toward coming from San Placido. Really, it's overgrown with weeds. Needs to be cleaned. This is the channel I remember as a child and the days of my youth. This is the widest channel, and it comes to here. It diverges toward Munoz, and this one diverges toward Kiling. So it runs parallel to the river. This one runs north to east. So here there's plenty of water, but downstream going northeast really is insufficient. Overall, the volume of water here is insufficient. It's just overgrown with weeds. It needs to be improved. So there's a bit of a dam here. There's basically a diversion to flood the rice field that way and flood the rice field that way, which is here. Man, they're so lucky. There's a bit of a culvert here to transition from that side of the road to this side. My dad and I used to walk this road toward the irrigation dam up ahead. It has changed a lot since the 60s. Look, like this side of the channel is overgrown. So this road leads toward the Sinamar. Now, why would they have left this overgrown? Quite frankly, it wasn't like this in the days of my youth. Well, quite frankly, it's no longer the days of my youth. So, I guess I have to refresh my days of my youth memory. Even this road is new, actually. Okay, I'll go to the other side. Yeah, they're pumping water from lower level to higher level. I'm not sure if that's cornfield or rice field up there. They do what they need to do. So there's a river running through here, or a creek. And they had the irrigation channel cemented, culvert, and then across the river channel on the other side. I was curious about this river. I saw it on satellite and I thought, it ran across the irrigation channel. So that's what they did. I'm at the end of the irrigation channel. So this land used to be owned by my relatives. I suppose they sold it off. Some immigrated to North America, to other places in Asia. So yeah, I remember them planting corn and tobacco here. I remember their house used to be here by the blue roof, but in the days of my youth, no longer. So the river is dammed, and there's plenty of water. They've rebuilt the dam. It wasn't like this. And the inlet to this channel, which goes across this cement toward that irrigation channel, it used to be different. It wasn't like this. I don't remember it like this. So, quite frankly, there's plenty of water. And there should be water down in San Pedro. It's just that the trickle down effect is that way. It's really inefficient. The irrigation channel are clogged with debris and weeds, and so looking toward how to improve the situation so that we have water down there. There's enough water. It's just a matter of how to get water to the village.